Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela if you are new here, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you the common household items that I do not own. Some of these things you may not have either, some of them might surprise you, but since becoming a minimalist I have really downsized and decluttered and gotten rid of a lot of things that I just ended up finding useless. But yeah, so here are some of the things that I do not own in my house. Number one is a coffee table. We had a coffee table for a while, and a coffee table is just pretty standard. Usually you walk into a house and like everybody has a coffee table. You don't really see people not having a coffee table. For me, it's just a coffee table is just one of those things that it just seems like everybody has in their home, but at the same time nobody really uses it. You know what I mean? Like people just use it to put like decorations on it or the little table side books or maybe some flowers on. I look at coffee tables as something that kind of holds clutter. There's not an actual true purpose for a coffee table. You might disagree. That's just the way I look at it. But yep, we don't have a coffee table. My next one is a dish drying rack. And thinking about it, I have never been inside anybody's house, friends or family, that did not have a dish drying rack. For me, I look at it as pointless because you have this rack that just sits on the, kitchen counter to dry your dishes, but basically you could just get the same thing just lying a towel on the counter and just set the dishes on it. You don't need an extra contraption to put dishes on, you know what I mean? It's like just lay a towel down and put your dishes on it. Also in the kitchen, we do not own a lot of common kitchen appliances like a toaster, Keurig, K-cup, coffee maker sort of thing, waffle makers, skillets, griddles, a lot of big kitchen appliances that people usually have. We had a coffee pot. We recently got rid of it because I don't even drink decaf coffee anymore. I'm just finding that it's just starting to get a little too acidic for me. A toaster is one that actually kind of surprised me. A toaster, people have toasters. I grew up with a toaster. I found a toaster to be absolutely essential for a kitchen. I had just moved in with my boyfriend. I was wanting to toast some gluten-free bread that I had just bought. I wanted to make some toast, and I'm looking for the toaster, and I'm like, I can't find the toaster. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't have a toaster. And I was like, everybody has a toaster. And I was just so confused. I could not wrap my head around the concept of not having a toaster in the kitchen. He told me to use the oven. I was like, you don't toast in the oven, but you can. And I have been doing it ever since. It's just another thing to clutter up the kitchen. There's nothing wrong with using your oven as a toaster. Yeah, it might take a tiny bit longer, but you don't need an extra contraption for something that something else in the kitchen already does. You know what I mean? Not unless we don't have an oven. Some people don't have ovens, but for us, we just found a toaster just useless. And with skillets and griddles, I mean, the stove works perfectly fine. You don't need an extra thing. Filling up your cupboards or taking up space on the kitchen counters for something that the stove can do perfectly fine. The next one is a landline, and a lot of people might be like, Michaela, people don't use landlines anymore, but the thing is that's right, they do not use landlines anymore, but people for some reason still have landlines. Almost every person and every single one of my friends has a landline in their home. I feel like I'm the only person that I know of that doesn't have a landline, but it just seems like everybody still has a landline and they don't use it, so why keep something in your home that you don't use? My next one is hair heating and hair frying products like hair straighteners, curlers, blow dryers, all that. Do not have it. Haven't had them for years. I quit blow drying my hair when I was like 13, 14. All these three things are very common for women to have, but I don't ever use them, don't need to. Dry my hair, I let my hair air dry when I get out of the shower. Hair straighteners, my hair is already straight, so I don't need to straighten it. And as a side note, let me know if this makes sense to you. I know so many people, so many girls with straight hair, okay, they have straight hair, but they still straighten their hair. It's like, why would you straighten something that's already straight? Like, I know so many people that straighten their hair that's already straight, and that doesn't make any sense. It's like, please let me know if that makes sense to you, because it does not make sense to me. And yeah, for hair curlers, my hair will not curl It doesn't matter how much hairspray you put in it. If you curl my hair cannot hold a curl. I don't know what it is. I used to have to curl my hair for dance and gymnastics and cheer when we do performances and stuff, and my hair will not curl. My hair will be straight and flat within about 20-30 minutes. Like my hair can't curl. Next one is a duster. A lot of people have dusters in their home. I prefer dusting sort of wipes that actually pick up the dirt and dust, but for like little feather dusters, those don't pick up dust. It just spreads it around and just knocks it on the floor. Next one kind of might shock some people, probably not, I don't know, is softener and dryer sheets for laundry. I quit using softener and dryer sheets about 7-8 months ago. My clothes are still soft, they still smell good, you know, not staticky, the color doesn't fade. Next one is a iron and ironing board. I see men use them more, but you know, when they're ironing, they're like nice t-shirts and all that. But yeah, don't have that. The last one is a dining room table and chairs. We do not have a dining room table, so you might be wondering, well,
Kayla,
how do you eat dinner? We sit on the couch, grab a pillow, put our plate down, and we eat. Even when we did have a dining room table, we did not use it. We've had like 10 people in our home before. Even then, even when we did have a dining room table, nobody would use it. But yep, so that's everything that I do not own in my home. You may be the complete opposite and could not live without these things, but for me, these are just things that I found completely useless, just took up space and clutter, and just they really had no meaning, and I could easily do without them or have another alternative for. But yep, that is it for today's video. Let me know what you would like to see next, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.